Elite Clan, we came, we saw, we respawn, and we are back with another video. And we will be watching the problem with black celebrities. What's going on, money? We don't know what's going on with these celebrities.
Anytime white people want to smooth some shit, but they go get that rich and put you on TV to represent the people, you know? You have you asking the questions like, Damon, now that you made this $13 million, and we're not counting, now that you made all this money, let me ask you this, let me just throw this out at you. You respond any way you want. Is there racism in America?
Yeah, they do be asking that.
You be sitting there thinking about that paycheck, talking about, no sir.
Oh, because you can't say nothing. Oh, that's deep. You can't say yes because like they gon', you know what I mean?
If in there is, I ain't seen none.
We in an era right now where black creators done figured out that the fastest way to go viral is to criticize other black people. But I can't tell who actually believes what they're saying and who's just doing it for the bag.
That's
and honestly, for me, it really doesn't matter because the damage to the community is the same. These cats done sold us out for influence.
Damn.
And this ain't just about the creators online. You see it with celebrities too. That's why guys like Charlemagne don't mind spreading misinformation to the black community because they so focused on the check that they'll throw us under the bus in the process. And when you sit back and think about some of the stuff dude be saying, it makes sense because Trump is more of a president for him than he ever was for any other poor whites that voted him into office.
Damn.
So when you hear guys like Charlemagne or Lil Wayne saying stuff like, I don't see color, or I don't know what racism is.
Lil Wayne, come on, bro. Don't do that to Lil Wayne, bro. He said he was helped out by, if you know Lil Wayne's story, you know why, bro. But we don't know. Like,
that's code for I'm in a lot of white spaces and I don't want anybody I do business with feeling uncomfortable.
At the age of 12 years old, I shot myself.
Damn, that's
I was in the house. Police knocked on the door. I was right there. They knocked the door down. Everybody jumped over my body to go get the guns and drugs and whatever they could find. It took one guy to stop right there and cuss everybody that hopped over me out. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? They said, oh, no, we was going to see if it... What the fuck are y'all doing? We called the ambulance. A fucking ambulance. Do you not see this kid on the floor with this hole in his chest? I said, you drive. Pick me up. Brought me to the hospital. He didn't drop me off at the ambulance and say, you take him. He brought me to the hospital room and made two and stood there and waited till the doctor said he's gonna make it. He said, don't worry, my name's Uncle Bob. He was white as snow. Them motherfuckers that hopped over me was blacker than me.
damn.
Was he a cop?
Yeah, he was a cop, and my life was saved by a white man. I don't know what racism is.
Them white folks love putting a microphone in front of an out-of-touch Negro.
Them white folks did
This
love
clown
that.
talking about he don't know what racism is because his life was saved by a white man. Implying that it's something that's not real because he doesn't experience it. That's like me saying storms aren't a thing.
It's like rich people thinking poverty isn't real, my nigga. Poverty is real. You just haven't lived it yet.
House never flooded. Hey, fool. Just because it's something you've never experienced doesn't mean that it's not real. Think about the idiocy in what this man is saying. There's a lot of stuff I have never personally experienced, but I still know that it's there. And while this buffoon is getting a taste of comfort, my people out here paying the price. And when him and other black celebrities talk like that, they convincing people that what's happening in the world is normal, acceptable, and maybe not even happening.
I've been seeing a lot of toxic things on my timeline, one of them being racism. My outlook on racism is this. It's good and bad in everything. It's not all one. Every race got good and bad. So for you to think a whole race is the same, you're a little slow. So I don't look at you like you're that smart. All right, so if anybody racist, I just kind of think they're a little off. But outside of that, let's say...
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. like, of course, we speak on equality, like, and shit, but I'm not gonna lie. You're not grown until you're grown when you realize equality isn't a real thing. Like, there's no such thing as equality. That's never gonna happen. There's always gonna be the rich and there's always gonna be the poor. There's always gonna be the strong and there's always gonna be the weak. And it is what it is. You just pick your side. And each side has its own poison, my nigga. If you're strong, a lot of people are gonna come for you. If you're weak, less people are gonna notice you. So, you know, if you're rich, you have the problems of having money. Like, you know, I don't know, the fuck, I'm not rich. Or you're broke, you know, you're gonna have the problems of being broke. No food, no manyan when you want to, no buying brands, no buying what the fuck you want, no freedom, basically. And with fame, same thing. With fame and no fame. Fame, no privacy. You know, it's kind of having fame is kind of like selling your soul or something. It's not technically like how people say like selling your soul to the devil. It's just selling your livelihood like to something because you're now famous. You can't go to the grocery store. You basically don't have the freedom you wanted. You kind of have the freedom, like a little bit of freedom, like a little bit, not the ones which you have before you're broke. You know, when you're broke, you know, you have a lot of freedom, or you're not famous. You have a lot of freedom that you don't realize. And when you're famous, you know, and some people like they're like, oh my God, I can't do this, I can't do that. Everywhere you go, people notice you. Like, my nigga, imagine like you gotta take a picture of someone even when you don't want to, cause like, you know, you kind of have to protect that image. So because you don't want to hurt that person, it's kind of like, yeah, you know, it's basically selling your soul to fame. Yeah. Every person who's famous has sold their soul for something, bro. Everyone, not like sell their soul to the devil, like sell their livelihood, my nigga. And it's kind of like acting. Like now you sold your soul to acting. You can't. How do I say? If you stop acting, it's GG's. You almost that's your source of income. Like, let's say when you're starting it, unless, you know, you're big now, you can do in other things, maybe direct and shit. You see, it's like, yeah, it's kind of like saying you sell the acting. Same thing with YouTube. If you stop YouTube, it's GG's. So it's kind of like selling your soul to YouTube. Not really, but you know what I mean, bro. But whatever, fuck it.
Black person who deal with racism. One way I deal with it is, well, I don't deal with it actually. I don't deal with it a lot. It don't offend me a lot. Because I don't work for nobody. I don't work for, I own what I do. I'm my own boss, so I don't have to deal with racist people trying to hold me back. That's one way you can do it. Be your own boss. Own something in your own culture.
Every time I see one of these dudes and the topic's racism, I know something stupid about to come out their mouth. Money in owning businesses does not save you from being discriminated against because you're black.
It doesn't.
Look at Terrence Crawford. This man is the middleweight champ of the world and was still held at gunpoint by the police for DWB, the most famous law that's not in the penal code. Driving while black. You think money saved him from that? And it's countless other situations we can point to where your tax bracket don't shield you from the reality of being black in America.
What the fuck?
What's going on? Do you live here? Yeah. You do? Papa! I don't believe that. What? I don't believe that. Where are you going? Right on. Right on.
Wait, was he black?
They just left the store?
Did someone come here?
Right.
Somebody chased her and she had kids.
Who chased her?
She said somebody in the
There was a
service
guy
truck.
in a gray truck, and he came around the corner, and I was in the street, and so I come up.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, your back gate. And he stops here and he goes, "Are you looking for someone?" And I said, "No." And then he sat here. And I was like, "I need to get in."
Well, that's my husband. That's why he lives here. Yeah. He lives here. So he came in and said there's a lady screaming. And I'm like, that's...
She got all worried. There's so...
I'm scared to cry.
How?
I'm sorry.
How did he scare you, though?
I just seen her in the driveway and I was like, "Are you looking for somebody?" Because I was pulling up out.
And I saw someone walking in our driveway, too. And I'm like, why is someone walking in our driveway?
Well, I'm sorry.
All right, sorry.
Oh, what?
I don't
She
know.
said that
that's
someone was
fucked up.
following her. So you were walking from there?
You came this way, didn't you?
No, I came down this street right here.
Yeah.
And I was riding slow because I'm looking at her Christmas lights.
That's fucked up. I'm not gonna.
Well, you just have to understand my point of view. Being by myself with 2 kids, I just saw a car coming, and so I was like, "Oh, it scared me," and so I just pulled up here, and I kept thinking, this would be his house. But you didn't say, "This is my home." You just said, "Are you looking?" And I was like,
I did when you was on the porch.
Man, you saw that nigga was black
Yeah.
and you thought he was
And you
hitting
said, "I don't
crack
think
or
you
something,
do."
bruh.
it was a
Like he finna rock you and shit, bro.
Like I'm.
Oh my God.
It's like I'm pulling in my house. Like this is not. This neighborhood is probably one of the best neighborhoods in Ohio. I don't. You don't have to worry about stuff like that.
Well, I'm very sorry. I really hope that you're not upset with me.
Come on, baby. Go in the house. Let's go.
You told me that I didn't know. You said you didn't think I lived here.
It was the way that I were talking. I was so caught off guard. I'm so sorry.
Cause he black.
Wow.
Wow, that's fucked
Wow.
up.
You standing on somebody else's porch. You don't live there, and because the man just says, "Hey, I live here." Now, Ocho, you hear what she said? You have to understand my point of view. We're always asked to understand their point of view, all the while never seeing our point of view. You don't get to stand on my porch and ask me a question about my D house.
Facts.
What are you doing
That's
on my
crazy.
front doorstep? You see what she did? And she went running screaming. Now, call the cops. Now he gets blasted. Oh, this man was chasing me. See, they had to release the video because she was lying. So she left them no choice because they tried to handle it. They handled it way, way better than I would have ever handled it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Obviously, listen.
Nah, I would've
depending on
shot
who
her
it
as
is
fuck 'cause
in
I'm
that
black.
affluent neighborhood, you know.
Affluent
You
neighborhood.
see?
You know, there's people out there that would handle
you
it
wasn't supposed to be
a
there.
whole different way.
What was she doing at
Affluent.
his crib though?
Affluent
Yeah.
doesn't rhyme with black. Affluent
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
only
so-
supposed to mean a certain group need to look
Yeah,
like
yeah.
her. She's like, oh, you have to understand of somebody alone with 2 kids. Clearly you're not that concerned. Because your ass outside in the dark with you and your 2 kids. So clearly
Yeah.
you're not
Type
concerned.
shit.
But now all of a sudden, you have to see my point of view. A sick woman
Yeah,
with 2 kids.
Right, and I'm confused. If you're a neighbor, if you've been in the neighborhood already, you haven't seen your neighbors. You've never seen them before. I'm just curious.
Money
mean,
businesses don't
I
save
don't know.
us.
But it's stuff like
Bro,
this.
that's
happens all the
fucked
time,
up
huh?
though,
This
man.
is
This
nothing. This is
could've
nothing.
ended real
This
bad,
will happen.
Ocho.
It was caught on camera this time.
Yes. See, that's my point. What if it wasn't caught on camera? You know everybody's gonna believe her side of the story. What if she called the police
Right.
and the police come and ask this man to identify yourself? And he's like, I don't want to identify myself. This is my house.
I'm home. Yeah.
You see? And now she don't went on.
Nah,
she
and the fact that it's a white woman is GG's. Not even trying to say some shit, but bro. You already know what some girls do, bro. They be framing niggas for shit, whether it's black or white. We all know that. Like, you know what I mean? If you know, my nigga. But just imagine like a white woman framing a black man. It's GG's. I'm telling you, it's GG's, my nigga. You can ask this nigga right here. Shannon Sharp will tell you. Snow bunnies ain't to play with, my nigga. I'm telling you. They ain't
disabled
they
all
ain't
of her
playing
social
around.
media, and she done did an IG live talking about people are calling me racist. You don't understand. We understand. We absolutely 1,000% understand what you did. Instead of trying to say, look, I was wrong. You don't get to go on somebody else's front
Yeah, she
porch,
was
Ocho,
gaslighting.
and ask him. And if they say, do you live here? He says, yes. You said you didn't believe him.
Correct.
You don't live there. So who cares if he lives there? Your ass don't live there.
And then, hold on, did she not walk away, left the stroller, screaming help?
Yes! When these kind of topics come up, if y'all really want to help us, just stay out the conversation. Not only are you making yourself look dumb, but you're giving comfort to a group of people who already love to tell us that we're delusional when we get to discussing these kind of issues. I don't mind you being out of touch, but I do mind you getting in the way of the progress. And next time they put a microphone in front of your face and ask you about anything pertaining to what we dealing with in the black community, don't you open your damn mouth, because every time you do, you giving ammo to the very system that we fighting against. Mal.
Peace out. I mean, that was a fire video. From this was just recommended to me by CJ's perspective. Shout out to CJ and peace out and stay lit.
Hey, listen.